Yes, the MacBook Air M1 was a good computer and all that, and no doubt it played a part in introducing the world to Apple's stronghold in computers. However, the M2 MacBook Air 2022 also genuinely deserves its accolades for taking a step forward for Apple's innovative performance in the tech world.
Thank you, you're too kind!
Here is exactly what you need to know. The MacBook Air M1. The 14 and 16 inches MacBook Pro came out and made their debut. They have also heavily influenced the new MacBook Air's appearance and performance. With a pleasantly portable shape, the M2 offers excellent performance and a colorful display with more than 14 hours of battery life, which we will discuss more on later in the video. Design. The MacBook Air M2 at first glance is quite tiny and incredibly thin, as it is only 0.44 inches thick, but has a larger 13.6-inch screen.
Yeah, sure. I could make that work.
With the notch located at the top of the screen, which houses a 1080p webcam. Additionally, it is available in 4 colors: the Midnight, Silver, Stardust, and Space Gray.
Gosh, there's just so many to choose from.
The MacBook Air M2's port selection is kept to a minimum, where on the left side there are 2 Thunderbolt 4/USB 4 ports and a MagSafe power adapter, while the right side only features a 3.5mm headphone jack. Display. When it comes to the display of the MacBook Air M2, you get a 13.6-inch panel with a brilliant and colorful resolution of 2560 x 1664 pixels. Slightly fewer pixels per inch than the M1 Air screen, but it's great for all your screen needs, including watching movies, streaming videos, and editing videos and pictures as well. The new Liquid Retina display is without a doubt an enhancement and is fantastic, offering far better deeper blacks and a better contrast ratio, giving the display excellent and remarkable color accuracy. It is now 0.3 inches bigger and 25% brighter than the M1 MacBook Air, with 500 nits as compared to the 400 nits peak brightness of the M1 MacBook. Keep up with us and let's find out how much this bright color accurate laptop costs.
I can't wait to find out!
Performance. The Apple M2 chip's performance is still impressive in the 2022 M2 MacBook Air thanks to a 5nm technology that was featured in the previous model. Apple's second-generation M2 processor is one of the major noticeable upgrades over the previous M1 and similar to the M1. The M2 has an 8-core CPU, 10-core GPU, 8 GB of shared memory, and 512 GB of storage in the default setup.
That's a lot of brain power.
With the M2 chip, you can take your daily regular activities such as taking notes in class, watching a movie, editing audio for hobbyist music enthusiasts, editing photos, surfing the web, and gaming. Count on the M2 MacBook to make everything look and feel simple. For all your exclusive tech news content, check out and subscribe to our channel for more updates and reviews.
You'll find what you're looking for.
Price. With a starting price of $1,199/1,249, the MacBook Air M2 costs $200 more than the MacBook Air M1. The M1 model starts at $999/999 with 8 GB of memory and 256 GB of storage, which is still available for purchase at the initial price.
Well, I'm relieved to hear that.
You have some upgrade options of 16 GB for an extra $200, or for an extra $400, 24 GB of memory and $200 for 1 TB, or $600 for 2 TB of storage are available. Additionally, for $20/£30, you can update the 30 watts power adapter to a 67 watts power adapter with fast charging capabilities, or a 35 watts unit with 2 USB-C ports. Battery. One important consideration of the M2 MacBook is the battery life, which of course, as laptop with such a compact form, one might think the battery would be trashy, but no.
Say what now?
This year's entry-level M2 MacBook Pro from Apple features an impressive battery life, which can take a lot without completely depleting when performing your activities with the laptop. While the 2022 MacBook Air doesn't quite reach the battery specs of the M2 MacBook Pro, it still has good battery life and can hold its own.
Look at you, all grown up.
So, with long hours of editing pictures, gaming, browsing the web, and taking notes in class or a study session, the M2 MacBook is up to par, where you can have multiple tabs open for all your activities ongoing at the same time. The battery life is still considered, as it routinely lasts as long as 14 hours or more, up to 16 hours between charges. Well, you won't necessarily have to bring the charger along with you to work or lectures, or carry it around, as the battery is capable to get you going the entire day. Additionally, the provided 35 watts charger and MagSafe cable can take up to 2 hours and 15 minutes or a few minutes more to fully charge the M2 MacBook Air, which, however, the 67 watts power adapter has the ability to quickly charge the M2 up to 50% in almost an hour.
Fast is my specialty.
The M2 MacBook Air is a fantastic choice if you need more power, a great performance chipset, an amazing 14-hour battery life, a bigger, brighter display, more ports, and other great features that are combined and committed to making the M2 Air the best it can be, all for a few extra dollars. This is definitely the ideal one for you. Well, you can check out another amazing device from Apple, the upcoming iPhone 15.